Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. Birth rates, birth rates, birth rates. So, if you've read the manifesto purported to come from the shooter in New Zealand, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I wouldn't really recommend you read it. But there's a concept in it that's worth talking about. And that concept is the idea that, well, white culture is being destroyed. Seems like something that should bother me. But I've spent a while thinking about it. What is white culture? I don't know. I have no idea what it even is. I know what Irish culture is, German culture, Russian culture. Don't know what white culture is, especially when you're talking about people that have been thrown all over the world via colonization. What is the unified white culture? Yelling at sports games, a love of red meat? What is it? Can't really say because it's not a thing. It doesn't exist. White culture is not a thing. There's this guy. He's Creek. Through a twist of fate, he's more on a Lakota road than a Creek road. But nevertheless, he's Creek, and not in the way of, his second cousins, twice removed, great uncle married a Cherokee princess. No, he's Creek. He's on the rolls. He's very active in his community. He grows his own medicine in the backyard. His Chinoopa has a place of honor in his library. Before he moved into the new house, his wife made sure that it was smudged. He's been through 150, 200 sweats. Had an inipi in his backyard until the hurricane. He's white. Skin tone, he's white. Because his grandmother married a white guy. So what does that mean for this conversation? I mean, this guy looks like me. Because he is me. But what it shows is that skin tone and culture aren't linked. Not really. Not in the way that I think a lot of people believe. My wife, she's of Danish ancestry. Also blonde hair, blue eyed. So of course our kids are blonde hair, blue eyed. To be honest, our family photo looks like an SS recruitment poster. Even have a German Shepherd. But those little blonde hair, blue eyed kids can sit around that fire and tell you about the trickster. They understand why it's aligned the way it is. They can tell you about the medicine wheel and tell you what the various medicines are used for. Culture and skin tone are not linked. It's a good thing, though. It's important that it's not. Not to the extreme that I think a lot of people believe, anyway. Because on a long enough timeline, well, we're all going to look like Brazilians. Light will become dark, dark will become light. We're all pretty much going to look the same. But even once that happens, I'd be willing to bet that those people in the northeastern United States have a very different culture than those people in Central Africa. Because culture is not skin tone. When you link skin tone to culture, and that's how you define it, it's funny in a way, because it's the only way I know of to be 100% certain that that culture is destroyed. The blending of races is an inevitability. It is going to happen. I mean, skin tones are dynamic anyway. That's why we have different ones today, because we moved around. We changed. And they will change again. It is what it is. It doesn't alter the culture. It doesn't alter the culture of people to have a different skin tone. If the culture is worthy, well, even after a skin tone change, that culture will remain. If that culture becomes solely about skin tone, why should it remain? What value does it give to those people later on? I can understand wanting to preserve Russian culture, Irish culture, German culture, whatever. I can get that. I don't understand wanting to preserve white culture, because I don't know what it is, because it doesn't exist. It's not a thing. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.